All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on today's Butts, Beagles, and Babies. So today we're going to be talking about creating templates. We're going to be doing kind of a version of a set it and forget it kind of situation through Canva. So you're going to create templates that you can use, update quickly, throw in some new photos, and schedule for posting so you can move on with your life. So I first want to start with the ones that Thomasina is sending out, because we have a really great opportunity that we have someone in our office, aka Thomasina, actually creating our marketing pieces for us, which means all you have to do is change the photo and update your contact information. So I want to first start with that, and then we're going to move into creating your own templates. So I have these tabs up here. These are the ones that she has already sent out. So all I did was I went into my emails, I clicked the link, and this is one of the first ones that pops up. So when you click the link that she sends, she's sending it through text, through email, and she's putting it on our Facebook page. So however you want to get to it, you'll click the link and it'll pop up this window. If you click it on your phone, it can open a website address just like on your laptop, or it will actually open in the app if you have downloaded the Canva app. I don't love the Canva app just because it's great for it is great for something like this where you're just quickly changing out maybe a phone number or something like that. If you are trying to do any additional like heavier marketing changes, then if you're doing any major changes, you would want to open it up on your laptop. But so in either way, you're going to open up the link. It's going to take you to this. You can see a template created by, and then when you scroll down, you're going to see use template for new design. So we're going to click that. And you can see up here, it says copy of Coastal Town quick tip. All right. So if I come to my home page, I can see that I don't have this here. If I click Control R, I'm going to just refresh this page. You can see that now I have a version of this right here. So as I'm saving it, I can always find it in my recent designs. So coming back to this main page here, I have just the quick template, right? So quick tip, don't forget to check out the neighborhood before buying a home. It's important to take a closer look at the neighborhood before you finalize your home purchase. Get to know the locals and visit the area at various times to ensure it's the right fit for you. Love it. Super easy. It's already got our logo on here. It's got all the information that I just read. And she's literally typed in add name, phone, email, etc. So that's all I have to do. So let's do that. So I'm going to double click into the text box. And then because I want to delete all of this language in here, I'm going to double click again, or triple click, sorry, to select the entire portion. So from here, I'm literally just going to type in what she's told me to type in. Christy Hall. I'm going to space down and put in my phone number. All right. And let's do our email address. All right. So I've got this set, but look, it's kind of bled over. So what are some of the things that I can do here? Well, I could make it all one line. I'm not going to do that because that freaks me out. I don't like the look of that. So I want to have it on these 3 lines like I've done, but it doesn't fit. So I'm going to drag a cursor across these windows here. I can see I've got all of these highlighted, and it's got the back highlighted as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink the main bit a little bit so that I can make that blue block a little bit larger. So I am going to deselect the background because I don't want to mess with the background image. So I'm going to click Control, and I'm going to click off this background. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Sometimes that happens. So I'm going to select it all again. And now let's try shift. Sometimes I get those mixed up. See, it was shift. So I'm going to shrink this down because now I've got just those ones there. Shrink that down slightly. And with it still all highlighted, I want to recenter it. So I'm just going to slide over until you can see this little guide. See that dotted line? It's showing me that that is the center. I'm going to let go of my mouse. And now I've got that center portion shrunken down just a little bit and centered. So now I'm going to come back to this block here. And I'm going to make it a little bit larger and maybe a little bit wider. Now I feel like I can probably get all the information in that I need. So I've just done the same thing. Sometimes I do these things out of habit and I don't talk through it. But what I did is I made it wider and then I just recentered it. So I did the same thing of using the guide, dotted line to center it. And then I released. So now I still need to fix this wording here. I'm going to slide this up just a touch. Release. And I'm going to take the text box itself and make that wider. All right, so now I've got it wider. My email is all on one spot. I've got it centered. It's still a little bit tight. So there's a few things that I can do from here. For me personally, I can see there's quite a bit of space in between each line. I'm going to take this and I'm going to hit this spacing button at the top. And I'm just going to shrink that down. So line spacing, letter spacing is actually the space, but the negative space between each letter. Line spacing is the space, the negative space between each line of text. And you'll be able to see this when I start moving it. So if I wanted to make it wider, there's that. But in this instance, I want to make it just a little bit shorter. There's that, 1.1. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to release off of that. And I personally am going to do the same thing on our address. Oh, it's locked. Let's see if I can unlock it. There we go. So I unlocked it. So sometimes with the templates, you will find that because she's made it as a template, it's going to be like, hey, don't mess with that. But I clicked the little unlock button and I'm going to do the same thing. So I can see my line spacing is 1.47. I'm just going to reduce this one a little bit. There we are.
Where did you go to that?
Yep.
The line spacing.
So whenever you select text, it's this one right here that looks like spanning out. Yeah, it says spacing. When you hover over, it's next to the bullets. Cool.
Have you messed with any of the new magic stuff that they have on Canva?
Not as much.
Okay.
I mean, I have when they had a lot of the stuff in beta. I think they just kind of crisped up a little bit of the stuff. So we can always play with that after. A lot of their things like this magic switch right here is something they've had for a long time. They've just named it. They just added the word magic in front of a lot of the things that they already had. So like this, it's trying to tell you like, oh, look, you can now like make it any size you want. But that is something that's locked into the pro account. So basically it's where you create one design and now it makes it the sizing of a Facebook story and also the sizing of a Facebook ad. And it kind of takes what you've designed and makes it into a bunch of things, which is great. I just personally always teach my stuff out of the free version because that is what most people are going to have. On that note, though, that is one of the great things about these templates that Thomasina is sending out, because what it means is we don't have to have the updated version. Because she's making it with the updated version and then sending it to us as a template, now we have access to it. So it is kind of unlocked for us in that specific template. So because I am the way I am, I'm going to center these just a little bit more. So I'm just going to slide this whole block up. And one cool thing that you can see is it gives you the spacing between, so you can see that I've got a 21 and a 21. It's basically saying that there's a common spacing between things. So I like that. I like symmetry. So now I've let go and it just looks a little bit cleaner to me. And honestly, with this is all I would do. So there are other things, you know, maybe you could always make this box a little bit bigger. If your email isn't just as long as mine, maybe you could put your phone number and your email address on the same line. I know Chrissy is just C Hagler, you know, that's a shorter email. Mine is just a little bit longer due to the nature of my branding that I've used. So this one here, pretty much all set. So all I have to do now is download it. So I'm going to just click share and download. And you can see it's a video. I'm going to come back to that. What I want to save it as is a PNG. Okay, so I'm going to click PNG and then I download it. And the reason why is because I want to just have it as a picture, right? So it looks like I will have to pay $1 for the background. So that's good to know. So even though she sent it as a template, it is going to have the $1 paid. Not a big deal. It was mostly free. And that has taken us all of maybe not even 10 minutes. It would have been even faster once you're actually doing things. I'm just taking a second to explain what I'm doing. But I mean, that was not even 10 minutes worth of time to create an entire ad. So I would click this, I would download it, yay. The other thing that I do want to show though is what if we wanted to make it a video. So for every single one of these, you can make it both a PNG like standard image, and you can also use it a second time as a video. So that's almost 2 for the price of 1. That makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of this. So I'm just going to select everything. And once I've selected everything, you can see every single part of that is highlighted. I'm just going to come over here to animate. So I like to just do page animations. There are element animations if you wanted to do each one by itself. I don't want to do that. I want to do the full page. I want everything to be changing. And I like to just hang out in this top section of combinations, because with this, it does it for me. So you see how like there are different options, but everything comes up and it basically just mixes a few of the different things, right? So I'm going to come in, maybe I want to do this. Chill. Corporate. And different things are going to look better for different templates. So maybe in one way you prefer, you know, corporate, but on another one you like party. If it's something fun, maybe you pick party, you know? So let's just do simple. I liked that one the most. And so I've got that. So if I play it now, I click this button. Now I can see what it does. Perfect. So coming back to this, let's look at some other features that you can do with Animate. So I've got my page, I've got it selected here. Okay. And I want to change, let's see if I can change how long things are. That's just playing. Let's see. Well, they have moved things on me, I will confess, because they used to have a timer that you could add. But let's come back over, animate. It should have, why did they just move this? Add motion. It had on entry and on exit. And why is that not here anymore? Remove all. Interesting. It was literally there last week. Well, I will play with that and report back. But basically what I was trying to show is that you can have it come in on one and then also exit with the same effect, or you can have it just on entry and let it sit. That way, if you do have something with a heavier text like this, you wouldn't want it to be refreshing every single time while they're trying to read it. You really want it to just come in and sit for them to be able to read. So there is one. So again, you can download this. This sizing here would work really well on Instagram or on Facebook, LinkedIn as well, whatever your preference is. Standard square works really well for just the general post. When we're looking at the rectangles, like we'll see here in just a little bit, those are going to be better in your stories. That's what those are really made for. So coming to the next, same general idea. This time, it's still, it looks like there might be a little bit cut off at the top there. So we'll see if this is going to be a story or if it's going to be another ad. So I'm going to click use template. Let's find out. Oh, it's another ad. Great. So with this one, this time I'm going to time it. So we're at 10:17 right now. I want to show you how fast this really can happen. I'm racing against the clock.
I know. Don't be nervous.
I think I'm done. That was a minute. That was it. Now, if I really want to start getting picky, I would scroll this up. I would take this guy, I'd center him a little bit more. Oh, come on. Gotta unlock him. I'm going to slide him over. I'm also going to capitalize the A's in VA Beach. Just because. All right, so now what are we at? 2 minutes? And that was with me getting a little bit more critical. So there you go. Same concepts as last time. We would just download as a PNG, post it as a standard image, or I would download it as an MP4 if I want it to be that video. So this one set up for a PNG. If I wanted it to be an MP4, I'll need to add animations. So again, I'll do that very quickly, selecting all, animate. Maybe this time I'm going to click pan. Here we go. See, I'm not crazy. Look at this. It popped up this time. I feel like I was getting gaslit by Canva on the last one. But you see here how it says on enter or on both on exit, right? So I'm going to do on enter because I want it to just show up the one time. You can see the speed and the direction, unfortunately, are only in the pro accounts, but I am able to change if I want it to come in on entry and on, or just on, you know, one or the other. So I'm going to keep it on enter only, and then I can just download it as that MP4. So share, download, scroll down till I see MP4. That's how I would download it this time. So pretty standard with those two. Let's now look at the third one she sent out. So the third one, if you clicked on this one, it was a video. So she already had it set for a video. One other thing I do want to note is with this video one, Gmail was doing this weird thing where it was only playing it as a video from your email. I don't know why it was doing that. It was very strange. So that's why Thomasina had to send it a couple times, was just because of Gmail. If you opened it on your phone, I think every time it was opening just fine, but the email was, Gmail specifically was kind of playing it just as a video. So if you run into that issue, just try it on your phone and see if it works that way. And then once you open it on your phone, that's why I showed you earlier how it automatically goes into the recent designs, because then you could open it up on your computer and edit it if you needed to have it up on a screen instead of on your phone. So I'm going to scroll down and do the same thing, use template for new design. So here we can see we've got another watermarked image. So I already know this is going to be $1 if I want to use this image. If I don't, I can just click this elements. Yeah, $1. See how it says remove watermarks? So obviously people are people have taken these photos. So this is a way to pay the artists more or less. So there's a lot of things in Canva that are watermarked, and it's $1 when you go to download. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So if I click download,
is that even on the premium account?
I don't think so. No, not on the premium
Okay.
account. Yeah, on the premium account, I think everything is just open because you can see, I'll show you in just one second,
That's fine.
but you'll be able to see how things are free and what things are not free. So on this one, it's got the MP for video. And if I were to click download, you can see right here, one premium image, and I would have to download $1. Once you pay that $1 though, that's it for that whole design. So you wouldn't be able to use it again in another design, but so long as you're operating out of this one, you paid your $1, you're good. Sometimes when I am testing things and I don't want to pay that $1 just yet for whatever reason, maybe I'm not sure I want to commit to the image, I'll do a download a free watermarked draft, but you just know that you don't want to post that free watermarked draft because it looks not great.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if I'm committed to this watermark draft. Let me come over to elements, which is on this left-hand side. And I'm going to click in, I'm going to type in pumpkins. I want it to look the same general idea, but I want a free one. So you can see it offers a bunch of different options, graphics, photos, videos, etc. I'm going to come over to photos and I'm going to click see all. And this is exactly how you're going to know if it's free or not. There's this little crown. It says pro. I know automatically that that means I, with my free account, am going to have to pay money for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this free one right here. I think that's pretty. So I clicked it. I'm going to hover it over this guy here. So anytime you take an image, you can put it over what's called the frame. So because there was already a photo there, it just kind of locks into that spot. I'm going to let go, and there it is. So here I'll show you again. I can either click or just drag. Let's say I drag this one over. I'm going to hover over the frame that it was. There it is. Release, and it locks in. Once it's locked in, you can crop it into different. So if you like a certain element or portion of the picture more than another, then you can move it around in this crop. Okay. If you see something like this where it does say pro, but it doesn't have a background, if you try and lock it in, it's just going to go to white in the background. But you can see these are the ones that don't have any kind of background. So that would not be a good option for this one. I really want something that's going to be the full frame. I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to play this and make sure that that wasn't a video. Yep. So it was just a picture. Great. So I am going to commit to this guy here. I'm going to crop him. Maybe I want a little more of the orange showing. Wonderful. Giving thanks for our amazing clients. We are incredibly grateful and appreciative this holiday season. We're thankful for your trust. And now, then all I have to do is the same as what we've been doing. I'm not going to show you again just because we've done it a few times now. but that is set. So I'm going to scroll down. Let's look at the next one. So this next one, looking for a real estate agent. So I just showed you how we can lock the picture into a frame. This cell phone right here is acting as a frame, right? Because I can put another picture into that one. So I'm going to come over to my uploads. If you've never uploaded a picture of yourself, then you can click upload files and come into your computer, grab a headshot from wherever they exist. I'm going to grab one of these. You can see I could also grab a dog. Maybe I want to get my one of me with my Sophie. But for this, truthfully, yes, I do want a headshot. So I'm going to throw in a headshot. Same thing that I did before, pull and place. Now I left this on here because I want you to see, this is where I got this website or this My Headshots. It's Remini app. And what I personally did, there's a bazillion apps out there for creating these headshots, but truthfully, this is AI. I never took this photo, not ever. I get a lot of compliments on my AI photos and I very much appreciate that. But then I also feel slightly guilty because that is not me. I did not take that. It looks like me though. Exactly. So with these AI things, what you're doing is you're taking pictures of yourself, whether they are headshots from previous years or if they are just selfies of yourself, you're going to put them in. And then this Remini is what I personally used. I think it was like $7 or something for like a month or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but what I personally did is I put in my pictures and then I was obsessive about running it generation, picking what backgrounds I wanted, picking what outfits or settings or whatever. And I downloaded a bunch in that time frame for my trial. And then I ended the membership. And that way I wasn't actually getting charged that much. I paid probably all in about $7 for, I would say 20 to 25 headshots that I got, which is crazy good. So truthfully, if I were to use this one, I would want to make sure that I edit out this Remini because I don't want everybody else to know that I used AI. So I'm going to slide this over and then I'm going to, so I click the crop, I slid that over, and then I'm just going to drag this until that Remini is out of the frame. And that's all I needed to do. And now I can click done. Thank you. Or this one. Love that one. I feel like I look a little bit like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, like as in like that little raised eyebrow, which I actually can't do in real life. So that's another reason why I love AI, because I cannot raise only one eyebrow. It did throw in my wrinkles. I will tell you, when you're playing with AI, it will give you a complex because sometimes one of the photos that you put in will have like maybe your head was tilted. So you had like a heavy chin in one photo and AI goes, here's a new complex for you, and will give you a big chin in every single photo. So then you had to take that one out. So there was, they definitely locked into my, my wrinkles on my forehead, which I'm now very, very aware of.
I don't even see it.
I'm just kidding. It's funny. It doesn't bother me. Honestly, in some ways I like it because it makes it look more realistic.
As opposed to the Snapchat filters.
Yes.
Facebook, which are ridiculous.
I know.
Ethereal and from outer space.
Yes. Okay, so I've put my picture in there. There I am. Contact me, phone, name, phone, email. So this one already has what's called stickers. So you have elements that are without even having to add in the animations, the page animations that I showed you earlier. These are pre-moving GIFs / stickers is what Canva calls them. So they just sit there and go. So you are still going to need to download this as an MP4, or else the PNG will just be a flat image with the stickers on it. They won't be moving. All right, so scrolling down, looking at the next. looking for a new home, let me help you, add a website here. And so then here's your stuff there, add your name, add your cell, add your email. She's got it laid out there for you. Looks like she's adding another one in here. She may even be working on it right now. I don't know. One thing with these is the template she's planning to continue using more or less the same link. So there's going to be a lot of like a running line of all of these different templates that she's creating for us. So I want to download this top one here. When I click share, something different that I do want to point out with these ongoing list ones where there are more than one page is if you click download, you see it how it says all pages. We don't want all pages. We want to be doing one at a time when we're actually downloading, or else it's going to mess up the video. So what I would do is I'm going to just click the current page. So I want page 1, and I'm only going to download one page at a time. If you download all the pages and have it set as MP4 video, it's going to make one long video of all of the pages. If you download it as PNG with all 4 pages, it's going to give you a zip file, which isn't a big deal, but you would then have to unzip the file, extract the files, and then download, upload one image at a time onto Facebook anyway. So it's just a lot easier if you just always do one page at a time on the download. Okay, so this was everything I wanted to show on how to use the ones that she is sending us right now. Does anybody have any questions before I show you how to make your own? Yes. Hmm? Oh, okay, yes. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so Leticia here was showing me that when she was typing in for some reason, this box here, all of her text was crooked. So it was slanted. It was like this, but we don't want it like that. So see this, how there's this little, it looks like a circle with arrows. This guy here, when you click that and move your mouse, it changes the degree. And you can see that. So on the screen there, it says -7. So I have a -7 tilt. I want to move my mouse while still holding that button until it says 0. Did that work? Here. So I'm going to hold down this button right here. And then when I'm now, I can move it, and I'm going to let go at 0. You're welcome. Great question. Okay. Yeah, exactly. No, that's good. It's good to show that kind of stuff, because that is, that can happen, and I hadn't showed that yet, so that's great. Any other questions? Okay, so now we are experts, more or less, almost, at using these pre-made templates. And these, again, I just cannot emphasize how great it is that we're getting these for free, because like the time, like that one where I changed out the information took me literally 1 to 2 minutes to do. This next one that we're going to do is going to take a little bit longer. So I'm going to come over to home. I'm going to click refresh. And I'm doing that because I want you to see that all of the things that we were just playing with are all right here in my recent design. So I can always find those. So maybe I want to do another Facebook story, or I want to do a review or something like that. Let's make our own templates. So let's do Facebook story. And I want to type in review. Let's combine those 2 ideas. Oh, I had it in my project. Sorry, ignore that. So with templates, Facebook story reviews. If I scroll through here, here are all these templates that are pre-made. If they have the little crown in the corner, it means that they're for the upgraded accounts only. If it has the money sign, it just means that there's going to be one of those $1 watermarked images that I'm going to have to pay for. So that's not a big deal. If it has nothing, then it's completely free. So let's see, maybe I want to do this one actually. Oh, sorry, JK, it's a pro. Let's see, let's find one that's free. Here we go. This one looks great. That one's free. I'm going to click this one. It's going to pop it up. Perfect. And I'll just click customize this template. All right. So with this one here, this is going to be set up as a Facebook story format. So I should just be able to put it right into Facebook stories. So let's grab and do a couple of these things here. If you have the pro account, there is a way to do a mail merge, quote unquote mail merge, where it just takes an Excel file of all of your reviews and makes a bunch of these one after another. I'm not going to show you that because we don't have that. I also truthfully love it and also don't, because not everyone's review is going to be, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So I'm going to have to edit them anyways. So what I would recommend is either going onto Google and just copy and pasting as you go, or maybe you just copy and paste them all into an Excel file so that you can keep track of what you've already created into a post. So let's do that. Let's see, I do have an Excel file. So let me come here and type in reviews. If I can't find it within 5 seconds, I will switch over to, Google. All right, so let's just Google me. No, why am I typing Google? All right, here I am, 27 reviews. Let's click that. All right, I'm gonna grab the first one. Whoop. What you doing there, bud? There we go. I'm gonna grab this first one, copy, come back over, and paste. There we go. All right, that was by, I'm gonna change this to say client testimonial so that people know. I'm gonna expand that out. I want to put who that was by. So I'm just gonna say that I want to duplicate this guy here. So I'm gonna click this duplicate, boop. It creates a second text box for me. And then I'm literally just going to type in the person's name. So there we go. Now it says who that was by. I like the look of that. You can see right here at the very bottom, it's got a spot for your website. Oops. I am 2 cups of coffee in today, but you would not be able to tell, would you? And so then the last thing that I need to change is my face right here. So I'm just going to come over to the left-hand side and click uploads, because that's where I put all of my headshots. Uploaded that in there. Grand. Now, if I wanted to just walk away, that was maybe 5 minutes of stuff and I'm done. And I can just post that onto Facebook. If I want to grab a second one, I'm going to click duplicate page. Now I'm on page 2, you can see right here. And I'm going to come back over. I'm just going to scroll down and grab the next person. So this one, I have to click more. And then here we go. Copy, come back over, paste. Now this one's longer. So how do I do that? Well, this is where then you have to start stretching stuff back out again. So I'm going to click these 2 boxes here. I click shift to hold those down, and I'm going to expand them out. Does it look perfect? No, but it's okay. So this John Jones is going to slide down. This little guy here. Let me move my quotation marks away for a second. I could shift all of this up if I wanted to. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move all of this up for a second. So I'm highlighting everything that I want to move. Got everything highlighted, and the way I can tell that is by the purple lines around everything. When I let go, oh, look, it grabbed the background. I don't want that. I click shift. I click the item. Oh, it doesn't have it. Good. So then I'm just going to shift this all up. There we go. Looks great. There's John Jones. And maybe I changed, or this needs to be changed to Cade Brashear. That's who said this one. And maybe I change this color just so that I don't have to move it. We're going to change it to this orange color. Grand. Okay. So I've moved everything around. I've got my second one. This is where, truthfully, it is always good when you are picking one of these pre-made templates to have one where you are going to be able to have a little bit of text and a lot of text, because you're going to get your poets and you're going to get your Christy was good. Obviously, don't post one that says Christy was good. Like, we want the more exciting ones. But there you go. So now I would just keep doing the same thing, creating that duplicate page. And now I've got a running template. I like doing this kind of thing because it does create more of a cohesion between all of your posts. Now you have almost a brand. So it's always a good idea to like come up with like, maybe you have certain fonts you want to use consistently. Maybe you have certain colors you want to use consistently. Those are easy ways to kind of create your own brand. So one other thing I want to show you is you can, on that mindset, you can actually take, say there's like one headshot that you like love, or you want to use our logo and use those colors as your brand. You can do that through this very easily. So let's come back over. Let's just do a general, I'm just going to literally type in the search bar in Canva, real estate. Super basic. And I like this one here. This looks great. We're going to click it. Customize this design. Always remember when you are using a Canva design though, even though it looks like it might have everything, just double check, because it's not going to be going by DPOR, right? That is a Virginia specific guidelines of what we need to have in our photo. So if you've noticed, having the address and the phone number, the office phone number, is a good idea to just have. Technically, some of the items have to be one click away in digital files, but just make it easier for yourself and just throw it on there if you can. So with this one, I would add myself in, a photo of me in. Maybe I have one that's already cut out. I'll show you if I have time today, but I do have another class on that coming up of like how to erase backgrounds from your photos. So I'm going to update all of these items here. For now, I'm just going to throw on another frame. So I'm going to type in the word frame. All of these frames are here. And I'm just going to throw on this guy right here. So I'm going to delete out this thing that it had there, and I'm just going to put in a frame. So that way I can put my own picture in here very easily, even if it does have a background. So I'm going to throw that one in there just because it's readily available. So I've got this. I want to use these. Maybe I'm in a fall mood and I want to make everything the same colors as this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into whatever I want to recolor, click the color box. And you see right here, it says photo colors. Now I can change it to colors from my headshot. So I'm going to use that as my base. This here is going to be that color, and then that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to use that. I think that looks great. I've edited in pretend land. I've edited my phone number, my name, all of that. If you're creating multiple, maybe it says, call me to discuss buying. And then you want to make another one that says, call me to discuss selling. If I create a second one, and I come over to design, I can click styles and I can change through these combinations. So maybe I want to do these combinations. And then if I want to shuffle it, I can click the same color. And now it's got different ones, and it changes the font and it changes this and it changes that. So I can just click this. And now without having to do really any additional work, I've changed the general look of the thing without having to do anything except for click one button. So maybe I want this to be my style. Maybe I want, let's see, this one here. And I can keep clicking this and it's just going to keep changing the colors, kind of shuffling through. If you were to set up your brand, you can actually do that in the paid version where you do actually upload, say you want everything to be colored and branded like Coastal Town, then you would create that brand in this, and you could shuffle through your own branded stuff as well. All right. All right, so now we've got two of those. We can change, maybe you liked the shuffling of the colors, but you want to change the font back to the original. You can always find the same font documents at the top here. So you can get those back in there. You can make it bold. I can make them all caps. There you go. Okay, so I've shown you now how to edit your own, how to change through, basically creating one and then changing the photos every time. Things that I'm going to talk about in future meetings is deleting the backgrounds out of your photos. It's super, super simple. Especially if you have a Droid, if you have a Samsung. Lols. I know it's a hot debate, but I do love my Droid phone because I can do it actually with, yeah, it's super simple. I'm sure there's a way to do it on an iPhone. I just don't know. So I'm going to show you how to do it on a Droid, and then also on your computer and also on Canva. And I'm also going to show how to do GIFs, because, maybe you make a story that it says just listed, and there's now a GIF of you like pointing up at it. There are different things that you can do that are super simple. And you would only have to change out the phone or like the photo of the house in the background every time and then post it onto your story. So this is what I have for today. Any final questions on the creating your own and kind of editing your own ones there? All right. Well, thank you guys yeah, thank you. I'm going to stop this, and then anybody that's in the room that has more questions, we can I will help you with those.